when Big Time came on in the car, and then I just hear Swiss be going, zone, 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 zone. I started to die.
He need to stop it, yo.
Swiss Beats wakes up in the morning and he's just like, oh, zone, scratching his like, oh, zone.
Like, come on, kids, get up, get ready for zone. Like, school, dad? Zone.
School zone.
Yeah, get ready for school zone.
His kids' friends sleep over. They be like, what is your dad talking about? Like, zone means school. Like, zone means everything, actually.
Yeah, first of all,
it's like, Dad, my friends are coming over. Like, your zone?
They not allowed in our zone.
He loved driving. He probably loved driving in school zones, yo. Like he probably goes 10 miles under the speed that you're supposed to be going in the school zone, just so he can stay in it longer. He just be cheesing at his kids as driving through that zone the whole time.
Imagine Swiss Beach cheesing because he's in the school zone.
He turns to the back seat, looks at his kids like, you know where we are right now? They're like, the school zone. Zone.
The thing is, though, he's turned all the way around the whole time he's not even looking at the road. He's just looking at his kids, smiling super hard the entire time he in there.
Alicia's in the passenger seat. He makes her and his two other kids say one zone each.
That's right.
All right, Alicia, you stop. Zone.
Like, I really don't. Do we have to do this every morning? We take the kids to school. I don't understand why we have to go through this. She's like, I don't understand. He'd be like, Alicia, please.
Do it.
She just be like,
Alicia, I wore the shirt. He just got a shirt that just says zone in all caps on it. I'm like, yo, why do you have that on?
The shirt. She'd be like, I didn't even know you had it. Alicia, just say zone. And she'd be like, zone. He'd be like, zone. The kid be like, zone. He'd be like, zone.
His license plate just says zone on it.
He can't fit zone, so it just has 3 Z's. It says Z-Z-Z-O-N-E.
I'm gonna do an IG live and and I want Swiss Beats to join my live so I can ask him live for the fans. What is zone?
All he gonna do is respond with, it's a zone, man. Zone. He ain't gonna give you an answer.
Right.
Yes. Speaking of live, we recorded before T-Pain and Lil Jon.
We did.
So I want to talk about that.
I think, what up? Welcome to the Oscar Cast.
I'm Jazz Viati.
Hey, yo.
I'm about to say we the sauce and we the plug.
Oh, all right.
Dad, you trying to just switch up the logo?
I think it's because he said Ayo, and it made me think Ayo got the sauce.
Ayo got the aux. Put on the video. Ayo got the cord.
Ayo got the cord. Oxcourtcast Twitter, Oxcourtcast Instagram, Oxcourt on Facebook, and Oxcourt on all your streaming platforms. Hit us up with whatever you want to hit us up with. Rate us, review us, criticize us. I don't care what you do. Just communicate with us so we can communicate back, so we can be effective in our audience. I wouldn't say participation because that means y'all are participating with us. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Audience engagement.
And that is why Jazz Miati is needed on the podcast.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jasmine, what did you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the IG battle, T-Pain versus Lil Jon. And I want to know who you guys thought won the battle.
I think Lil Jon won. I like hear me out. I like T-Pain as an artist personally much more, and songs much more. But Lil Jon won because his rebuttals were just super, he responded well. Like, he was responding with, haymakers. He was hitting T-Pain hard with the responses.
Oh, you concur, Aaron?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was literally gonna say the same. I just didn't know who was answering first, but no, I literally agree with that. And it was like the way he was the setups were just nice. Like the way he was like setting up T-Pain. It was kind of like he was setting up T-Pain to play something, but Lil Jon just knew what he had in his arsenal already. So it's like and plus Lil Jon is like T-Pain had he had his time and he's still out here. Like not to say he's not, but Lil Jon just had like that vibe. Like he just created that whole like the sound for that whole time and just created a vibe in I guess that kind of crowded environment if there were a lot of people around. But he was just the sound of that time. And I honestly feel like for every type of mood, I guess, like even if he had like down to the girl tracks, no one would ever think he would have something like Lovers and Friends or something like that. But he had it. He worked with some of the best people. It's just like, yo, I gotta give it to Lil Jon, yo. Like it's the same thing though. I'm gonna go to T-Pain. I would go to T-Pain in a heartbeat over Lil Jon. But at the same time, I feel like the hits that Lil Jon had were like a little. They kind of got T-Pain a little. That's what I felt like.
I think Lil Jon won with strategy. I think he was leading T-Pain into his hits, pretty much.
Yeah.
I strongly disagree with the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
For me, T-Pain was the clear winner. It could be my bias because I just think that T-Pain is a musical genius.
Me too.
But like even in the battle, like I just thought when T-Pain's song came on, I just got way more hype. And I just feel like T-Pain's songs just had way more range, in my opinion. Like, I understand that Lil Jon, he did the Turn Down for What? And he had, like, the stuff with Pitbull, and then he had the crunk stuff. But essentially, it's still, like, him, like, screaming, not trying to play him. Like, I respect Lil Jon, but it's still, like, just the yell, and it still had that crunk local feel. Like, it was, like, I don't want to say in the same box. It was just like Lil Jon's in this box and then you just put his box in a bigger box, if that makes sense. It's like
I get it.
You know what I mean? But I feel like T-Pain just has way more range, and I think
so too.
Yeah, I think T-Pain I feel like he will always be underrated, but I still don't think that takes away from the fact that he defined an era. Like, I feel like he owned the sound too. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sure.
It could be just my bias, but I just when T-Pain dropped, like his features are just amazing to me. Like, and he's singing, he's writing, he's rapping. Like, he does it all for me. Like, he's just, and I think he won the bet. He was more entertaining. Like, just watching him, like, just. I just love his energy more, like his spirit. Like, I love both their energies, how they interacted with one another. It was very like it was a fun exchange. But I don't know. I think T-Pain won the battle, and I was confused when like the source and I saw everybody on my TL saying like, "Oh, Lil Jon like won that." Clearly, I'm like,
I know why. It's an energy. Like, I feel like. If we're going a song for song battle on its face, and you list the songs and you listen to them on your own time, I was like, okay, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I would agree with you. Mm-hmm. I think that Lil Jon's response had way more. He responded with such energy that his energy won. I think
for a while he was responding with the same song. To me, it was like
because but you know, Lil Jon. See, that's the thing though. Like, that's why it was. Like, you got to choose him. Well, we chose him being a winner for a different reason because, of course, like he's a crunk person. Like, so everything has that high energy except for like that one song, "Lovers and Friends." But like everything else was like crunk because that's what he did, and it was like, but yeah, T-Pain got way.
T-Pain gave us more variety. Like,
he did.
I was like, yo, like when he did the feature with Rick Ross, the boss, like everything was just dope. I'm like,
yeah, and nobody slept. I don't think I slept on T-Pain. I think he did have the energy. Mm-hmm. I think it's a comparison if you're comparing like a heavyweight haymaker throwing boxer against like a more strategic, tactical boxer. Like I feel like T-Pain definitely has much better songs. I'm not going to argue that. I think he has way better songs. I'm a way better, more of a T-Pain fan than I am a Lil Jon fan. But it's like if that heavyweight boxer connected with every punch, even though you're a tactical boxer, you're still going to get knocked out.
Yeah, I understand.
That's just how I looked at it, like that kind of a battle.
Well, thank you for giving me that perspective, because when I saw that, I'm just like, y'all just hype. Like, y'all just want to just, I just, when I see people saying like Lil Jon won, it's just like, I just think of people that just want to hear party music. Like, I don't think of somebody that wants to like, just respects like artistry more than just like a vibe. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when y'all explain it that way, I understand what you mean. Like in the spirit of the battle element of it.
I would. There's no day I would ever pick up a Lil Jon album before I would listen to a T-Pain album. Like
that's funny.
But that's just like no, yo, that's not.
And that's not even to knock him. It's just like T-Pain is just a way more. Like he has way better songs. He's way better at song making,
the
writing,
artistry
producer.
Is amazing. Like just his artistry, his range, like period. Oh,
his parts are definitely more entertaining. I will say that though.
Yeah.
I really like these battles on IG. So did y'all see Diddy when he was saying like, I heard people like want smoke with me, da da da. Like
I ain't see that one.
But you know what?
I ain't see that one. What'd he say?
See, well, go ahead.
He was basically saying like all these battles and stuff going on, like people like want Diddy to battle somebody, and he's like, my catalog, my resume is too vast, like
too big,
it's too big. Like whoever goes against me, and I completely agree. Like, even though I love to see it, who gonna do it? I don't know. JD.
I'm about to say I want to. If somebody wants to do it, I want Jermaine Dupri to do it.
Yeah,
it would have to be Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, he's the only person like just because they the same like type of vibe, you know what I mean? But Bad Boy, like that is an era.
The only person in Diddy's class that could probably, or people that was in the class with Diddy, like it would have to be like JD. It'd be people that's too big to do it. It'd be like Jay or like Dre,
JD or Dame Dash or Dre or something. But the thing is though, honestly, I really feel like as much as I don't like Diddy for like his like the way he handles his artists sometimes for that reason, but I honestly don't think that anybody can beat Diddy.
No,
on that level, yo. Like if you really think about everything he had that bad, yo, I'm not even. I might even say Rockefeller. I don't think they can beat Diddy. Like I enjoy Rockefeller,
but I get what's in a battle,
right? In a battle like that though. And Diddy been doing this for I really think that Diddy.
But see, that's another reason. That's another time I'm gonna bring up Dre, because at least you would have the East versus West again, but in this context, you would have then Dre could play all the NWA, he could play all of Snoop, he could play all of because they had hits on that side at that time too.
Yeah, they did.
I would still pick Diddy only because
I might still pick him too. I just think that would be an adversary for him.
That'd be a good. Right.
Yeah, that would be. And I can see Jermaine Dupri doing it. Jermaine would lose, but like that would be a good battle to see. Right. But like I don't know, Diddy just do I don't know, Puff Daddy versus Diddy versus himself, old Diddy versus new Diddy. I don't know. That's the only person I could think of himself.
I seen Diddy doing all the the live stuff last night, like adding everybody to his lives. Like
it was dope.
He had 2 Chainz, he had Sierra, he had J-Lo. Yeah, like everybody on his joint. I was like, man, that's what's up. Yeah. But when I saw him do that and he said that, I was like, yo, you right. I don't think nobody can beat Diddy. Diddy can keep if he might as well just take the crown now for anybody. Because it's like
that would be the best. The best.
He got what Biggie, Mace, Locks, Mary J. Like it's just Lil Kim.
He got Mary J, Faith, Kim.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. And then he got like the randoms like Danny Kane and Day 26 and all them.
He had the
Tina Thompson, B5.
Yeah.
He feel like 112. G-Dep.
Yeah. No.
Black Rob.
Oh no. Listen.
He got too much.
My phone is smoking right now just from the conversation.
Yo, for real.
And
I love it though.
people were talking about what if Ja and 50 did a IG battle.
Yeah, I
Who do
saw
y'all
it.
think would win? That would be a good one. I think people like automatically write Ja Rule off.
Nah, they should not do that though.
But they shouldn't do that. Like 50 might win in the end, but it would be a close call.
Honestly,
like Ja Rule has hits.
Ja Rule got hits, but
I think 50 would edge him. Like it wouldn't. I think 50 would win, but he ain't, like you said, he ain't taking it home, like taking the trophy home easily at all.
Yeah,
like
but the thing is though, all right, think about this, because honestly, I might have to disagree, because I feel like for a certain period of time in the battle, Ja might be able to throw some stuff at 50, but I feel like after a while, 50 will just start winning by a landslide. I think he's going to lose Ja. Like I think it's like a race, like they're going to be here, and then after a while, Ja going to slow up, and 50 just going to keep. Because Ja had, like, if you think about that Ja Rule, like, let's see, like, he probably got, like, I don't know, can I get a, he got stuff, he got, like, you know,
always on time.
Like, he got, like, huh?
Always on time, put it on me. Down that
always
shit.
Put it on
between me and you.
Yeah, between me and you. He got I'm Real with J-Lo. He got Ain't That Funny with J-Lo.
Connected to R&B chick.
Ja would have to be super strategic with what songs he plays and what songs he responds with. He could win if he puts the right songs in the right places.
He got to have them in the right order. Yeah, or he got to retaliate with the best strategy.
I got 100 clips.
I'm saying
from New York.
Because 50
No, 50 on murder.
Get rich
on watch him, yo.
I don't know.
No. He gonna play Many Men.
50
Wish death upon me.
You know, I'm gonna say it. 50 is not gonna wash him. I don't think. I just think that in the battle context, people, I think going in, you think 50 is gonna wash him because of how the 50 and Ja battle pretty much went. But in a battle context, and if he pulls out the right songs at the right times, I'm not saying Ja will win. Right. I just don't think he'll wash. I don't think 50 will wash him.
All right.
I think in a battle, like, I feel like 50 Cent songs are more battle songs because they're like more grimy, like I'm coming for you type tracks. Like it just goes with the battle vibe.
You're right, and that's why 50 will win.
Yeah, and Ja Rule is more like easy replay value, cool R&B songs, like, but they was really like hits.
That's how I feel about the T-Pain Lil Jon. I don't think Lil Jon washed T-Pain. I just think he won. I think it'll be similar in a way.
You know what? Yeah, it'll be similar. Because honestly, it's probably some Ja Rule stuff that I'm really like forgetting about too. Like he did have forgot about like with Lil Wayne. Like that was my song. I ain't gonna lie, that joke was tough. But he had like he did have like some he did have some real memorable tracks. He did. It's just like I just feel like 50 is gonna be able to pull out more. Like at the
and 50 end. Had a whole conglomerate. Like, all right, I know Ja Rule had Murder Inc.
Yeah, but do we really like? He's not gonna pull out Cadillac Tie against like G Unit.
G Unit was more of like a culture. It wasn't just a label. It was like a culture, a movement. Murder Inc. was like, all right, that was like an era. That was like a label, like a famous label. But like G Unit, like that was a movement.
It was everything. I can't hear you.
Oh, it was like I thought he was playing.
I was like, oh shoot, I couldn't even.
What happened?
Dang, I had to cut all this.
Many men wish death. Nah, once that come on.
That was my favorite song on that CD.
Many men wish death. Nah, he gonna play piggyback. He gonna play
clickety clack. Clickety clack.
The money goes into my piggy bank. Yo, I love that song. Nah, 50 got that.
Yo,
get at you.
Skid. Yo, listen.
Yo, oh my God.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, my recording stopped. Yo, this messed everything
It
up.
says
Hold on.
it still says you're recording.
It's
It
still,
does?
Yeah, it never stopped.
Oh, mine
Yeah.
don't, so I'm scared now. I don't know if it's actually recording or not.
But whatever it didn't record, like it wasn't important, I don't think.
Hold
We
on.
just gotta, as soon as he gonna stop it recording, we gotta like click at the click.
Click, the money goes into my thing. No, on Twitter, they posted a clip of the video Window Shopper, and somebody commented.
Oh, it is still
Somebody
recording.
said 50 took Mace on a date in this video, and I can't unsee it. It did look like he was taking.
Oh, window shopper?
Yes, the window shopper. He was taking Mace all these places, buying him ice cream and crap. But nah, yeah, 50 got that. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about and Ja Rule, like he definitely dominated like an era, but it came to a halt. And like 50 kept going. Like 50 like surpassed Ja Rule. Like 50 like they're still beefing, but like he went on to like battle like Kanye West, and like Ja Rule wasn't even really being talked about. So he just has like he got I get money, and like I don't think Ja Rule was putting out songs around that time. So like he definitely has more. Like I feel like Ja Rule's might hit as hard, but he don't got as many of them.
Oh no. For hard hitting, if we go on that 50, he's not beating 50 in hard hitting songs at all.
But
I would say
they're both, one thing that they have in common though, they do have timeless songs. Like as much as much as people want to come at Ja for losing that beef, Ja Rule will forever have people will know Ja Rule song when they come on, and they're not gonna turn it off. He has good songs.
Yeah, no. He's great. Who else was they talking about? Oh, so you know how they were supposed to do Teddy Riley versus Babyface, and it didn't happen?
Yeah.
Well, Babyface had COVID.
I know.
I heard that. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah,
but I mean, not that it's any of my business, but I guess that makes more sense as to why it didn't happen.
Yeah, people were suspecting that it was a money grab, like they were going to overthink it, and they were trying to like get money from the people for some reason, like somehow, I don't know. But I was ready. Like I planned my date night around it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this salmon. We gonna watch Teddy Riley versus Babyface.
We gonna talk in this voice. We gonna watch
this voice all night. Remember Babyface? What video is that he had where he had that one done and he was clapping with one hand? Where he had his hand up, he was like, I was like, yo, he was all looking to the side.
Yo, Babyface invented the one hand clap, yo.
One hand clap.
Yo, I gotta do that when outside open back up. The one hand
First of all, that's the first thing you're gonna do. You're like outside open, you just run out on your front step and then just be like, just do the Babyface clap outside.
Somebody just gonna yell like, what the f*** are you doing? Go back in the house.
Oh yeah, speaking of clap, we gonna clap back. We gonna. Yeah. That was Ja Rule, right?
No, take up the ball. Yeah.
First of all, who else would that be? Like no, that was like Irv Gotti featuring Charlie Baltimore.
That was Babyface.
He gonna clap back. He gonna clap back.
Yeah.
Babyface
clap back featuring Babyface. That's hilarious.
Why is Babyface dissing 50 Cent? Like, what do you have to say? What could you possibly say to him?
I can't even come up with a joke. I don't know what he would be saying to him.
He like baby ass face.
Right.
Your face needs to grow up.
First of all, it's gonna be one of them things that they don't never speak on. Babyface like, all right, 50. You like, okay, you like, no, somebody ask him in the interview. They be like, yo, what's the deal with you and 50 Cent, man? I heard you got that clap back diss, man. You know, I heard that on Hot 97. I don't know why Babyface on Hot 97. But they be like, I heard that on Hot 97. He just be like, he be like, nah, I know. Be like, and I know 50 heard it. He ain't respond yet. He be like, I ain't gonna get into it, but you remember that? He be like, 50, you remember that Remember that one night at the House of Blues? I ain't forget.
The House of Blues.
You were like, we ain't gonna get into that right now. I'm like, first of all, what happened with 50 Cent and Babyface at the House of Blues?
If I'm Ebro or whoever he's talking to on 97, I'm like, no, we're getting into that.
Yeah, but like, no, we're getting into this now. Like, I'm trying to hear this now. Because we're not going to just let this just slide past.
No. He know. It'd be somebody random, like, like, I'll be sure it was there.
Yeah, it's like, I'll be sure.
That is funny.
It's like, I'll be sure it was there. Like, you get L.A. Reid on the phone, he gonna know what I'm talking about too. Like, yo, what?
And Babyface really do talk real calm like that.
That's right. I was about to.
He know. Justin Timberlake was in VIP too. Like, bro, what kind of night was this?
What kind of night for y'all having? First of all, that he was in there. He was in there too because that was probably the same night that 50 and Justin Timberlake recorded AO Technology. That horrible.
Yo, something special. Unforgettable.
Just
there. Yo, that joint was horrible, yo.
And if you listen closely, you can hear the Babyface clap in the back for the beat.
So he was at the session too. With the set.
His name in the credits. Babyface.
Yo, Babyface got co-production credits on there, yo.
Oh wait, last time we didn't talk about Joyner Lucas.
His album?
Yeah. Dope.
Yo. You know why I love that album so much, yo?
The skit in the beginning?
Not even that. But, them beats on there, yo. Oh my
Fire?
God. Yes, man. Yo, I love albums that got hot beats. I'm sure y'all already know that, but yo.
Yes,
every single time, like, I hear it, I'm like, I can't even get past the first song. Like, I just can't, like, everything is just crazy. Like, that album make me want to make beats. Like, it made me want to make beats so bad. That album is so good that it makes me want to turn it off because I want to make beats. But I have to listen to it.
Turn it off.
But, that album.
Yeah, Joyner, I don't want to use the word surprised as if I thought he was going to be bad, but I didn't expect it to be that good either. You know what I mean? Like, it was really good.
Really, really good. I still love Devil's Work because I love how all his songs it just all comes together. It just all makes sense. It's just content. Like, it's the content that I sign up for. It's creative. Like, his videos, like, I love it. Like, the skits in between. I love Will. Like,
yeah, right.
Because
Will was tough.
Everybody's like, and did you see when he responded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was good. And I'm just,
Joyner
Lucas. She was like, yo, that joint was crazy. Like, he was so Fresh Prince on that joint.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Every time I just look at Will Smith and just watch how he acts, like, it just scares me. He just acts just like my dad. Like, they are the same bull. Like, and they even dress the same. They talk the same. They rap the same. Like, it's ridiculous.
They from the same era. They did hang out.
I know, but it's still like it's amazing. I want to meet Will Smith so bad. Like, that's really my uncle.
Walk in your crib, Nikki. She said, that Thanksgiving dinner, that joint was crazy. You get the same reaction to everything that he do.
Everything's a joint. Everything is
a joint. He like, first of all, it don't even make sense. He gonna be like, yo, Donnie. He be like, that's that water ice machine in the back for the 4th of July. That joint was crazy.
He gonna be like, hey, Donnie, I met your oldest daughter, Jasmine. That joint was crazy.
I'd be like, well, dag, huh?
Yo, first of all, you a joint and you crazy. I met your oldest daughter, Jasmine. That joint was crazy.
Wow, that's disrespectful, Uncle Will.
After you say that to him, he probably just going to smile at you after that and not say anything. Disrespectful, Will.
I saw
Carl.
Cheshire Cat smile.
Right.
But I saw this.
Oh my
I was on
God.
YouTube, and it was like this one of those YouTube videos. It was talking about why Joyner Lucas isn't as respected or something in rap.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it a while ago, so I forgot a lot of it. I just remember writing it off as BS because all that I got from the end of that video was, okay, the audience is simple-minded, like, and doesn't want to take the time out to really receive him.
That's not a good reason, because that could be said for a lot of rappers.
Yeah, because like something was like, oh, he constantly leans on the narrative that like the younger rappers are like trash and like he can beat them or something like that. It was just a whole bunch of like nonsense, and I didn't leave that video thinking like, oh yeah, they're right about Joyner. He could relax on that or do no. Just like, okay, everybody's simple. Like nobody knows. I don't know.
I'm like, it's crazy, man. I started to think like he's one of them artists that got me thinking. Like they gave me this certain mindset. Like, yo, there's artists out there that's similar to Joyner Lucas that you like, and by that I mean they actually have like substance and they actually talk about things and they have they mix in like the skits well and the interludes and have like a storyline and all that. Cause like he does that, like
he got
Kendrick,
major cosigns
right. He got major cosigns, but it's like Kendrick, Cole, like Joyner Lucas, like they can all rap and they're those kind of like substantial, like they add a lot to the work. But like you said, like he don't get as much love. It's like it's crazy. I know a lot of people that do show him love, but I get it when people say like if you look at like the industry now, like he's not somebody that they're gonna like off the bat just throw in the front.
Yeah. Some people think he's corny, and I don't understand.
And that's the thing. Some people think he's corny, but at the same time, it's like people will say he's corny, but people will say that Kendrick is hot. And I'm not here to say who's hotter out of those two. It's just like they're the same type of artist, like in a way. So for me, I always started to think when it comes to Joyner Lucas, it's like, yo, I'm starting to think that like certain artists that get on that have certain styles and don't just conform to this like same vibe that everybody's on nowadays, like that, like not really trying type vibe. I'm really feeling like it's like a timing thing. Like maybe those rappers like Cole and Kendrick came out at the right time.
Oh yeah, timing is a huge factor.
Yeah, because it's like now it's like somebody can be respected like Joyner Lucas now, but they'll only respect them to a certain point. They won't get put out and they won't get put out as much, and they won't get put out and get received as well as like Cole and Kendrick did. But they'll respect them enough just to be like, yeah, boy, hot, but I'm still gonna choose all these other little people that's not really trying. And
he should have came out with the rest of the biracial bulls,
right?
Drake and like, Cole.
But who knows? But it's crazy because who knows though? Like if somebody could come out after Joyner, right? It could be anybody, and they come out like years from now, and all of a sudden get all this praise and all this love that maybe Joyner should have gotten. It's like maybe it's just certain little like pockets of time that you just gotta slide. Like you gotta slide it at the right time. Right. That's the right period. Everybody gotta be in a certain type of mindset to receive you the way that they probably should have received the other person. And you
everything is a perfect storm. Like I feel like any artist who got on in the last, any big artist, the Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes, Sean, Meek, all of them, it's a stay ready so you ain't got to get ready situation. Like we always hear about all the work that Drake was putting in to be on and be in the right places at the right times. That had all this music built up because then the right person heard him. He was in the right situation. He made best I ever had. He got on the radio at the right time with no back. Like it was the perfect storm to make him a huge artist.
Right.
Same with Cole. He like at the time he was ready.
Hello?
Did y'all's thing just go out for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Anyway, he put in so much work that by the time he had an opportunity, he was just ready to be on. I'm not saying that didn't happen for Joyner. I just think it was a different. I think the game was at a different place at the time when those three got on. The Drake, Kendrick, Cole got on.
Yeah.
Like lyricism was kind of like trying to make a comeback.
When Drake, Kendrick, and Cole got on.
Yeah.
And that was like what? Oh,
that was the end of it. Was the tapering off of like Wayne's highest time, and then Drake came in, Cole came in. Jay-Z had just started Rock Nations, and Cole was the first artist on it. Kendrick was kind of the resurgence of like Aftermath and all of that. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was a lot of like Jazz said. Yang, you said timing. Their timing was so good.
Yeah.
Do we think that he's not being consistent enough?
Who? Joyner?
Yeah. Do you think he's not being consistent?
I don't think that's the case. I think Joyner's been plenty consistent. He's given us plenty substance. He's given us plenty songs. I just think that we're in a different time now.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's harder to stand out now, but at the same time, it takes a little bit more to be considered now.
What helps him is definitely the visuals, because I feel like that's where all the other artists lack. Like nobody puts out, we talked about this numerous times before, nobody really puts out a music video. Like he crafts and creates his music videos and it has like a purpose, it has a story. Like, and I feel like that really helps him. And I feel like it creates moments for him. Like, I feel like he's like a moments artist. Like he puts out Will and I'm Not Racist and Devil's Work, and like people talk about it like for like a whole day, and then he disappears.
I'll say this. I think he puts in enough work to whereas when he does get noticed, he has a lot to back it up. Like to go along, like what you said about his videos and his substance and his content. As far as him disappearing, I don't know. It could be label stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
I wasn't really trying to say he disappears. It's just like nobody's talks about it again.
I got you.
That's what I meant to say. I gotta correct myself. Yeah, I just feel like nobody, like people will talk. It'll be trending for like a whole day. I feel like the I'm Not Racist, people talked about for a good while because of the racial undertones of it. But I feel like people weren't talking about Devil's Work for as long as I'm Not Racist, but they're definitely talking about Will. They're still talking about it because Will responded.
See, but that's another perfect storm situation because, all right, by comparison to how long Instagram has been out, Will hasn't had an Instagram page that long.
Yeah.
If Will Smith didn't have Instagram and wasn't as present on Instagram as he is now, I don't think that song, it would have still been great to the people listening, but it wouldn't have got the reception from Will to the public that it's gotten now.
Will got a Snapchat show. He got Will from Home.
Yeah, I did.
He's out here now.
That's what I'm saying. Will wasn't present on the internet before. So if you take Will Smith out of his internet presence out of the equation and Joyner Lucas puts out Will, what happens then? Do we like it for a day and then it's over?
I feel like it could go either way because of what the video did, because of like the video. But at the end of the day, I do agree that Will Smith definitely like boosted it and probably kept the attention on it longer than they probably would have didn't do that.
Yeah.
Right, and that's not to knock him or take anything away from that song. And I like the song. I like what it says. Obviously, we come from the era of Will Smith, so we're gonna like that song. But I'm like his presence online has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I can agree. Yeah, I think he knew what he was doing. Just that video is just so dope, yo.
I feel like all his videos are dope.
And I like how he makes like his videos. You have like a certain like point of view. It's not always like literally him. It's like he speaks in like from other viewpoints and stuff, and makes videos as if like puts those people like in it. Like it's not just him saying something. So I don't know, man. It's just I think he's like real creative, and it's I don't know what happened.
Jasmine, you still there?
I'm still here.
Your video.
Oh, your video.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I heard.
because I was have because it made me think about Joyner Lucas. Because this other artist, my dad sent me his video, and the video was so Joyner Lucas esque, but the artist's name is Marlon Craft.
Marlon Craft, yo, Marlon Craft is hot, yo.
Yeah, I
Yo, I
never heard
heard
him
like
before
one
that.
song from him, yo.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was white. Like I would have never guessed.
Yo, I
But he's
stumbled on the
dope.
Marlon Craft like 3 months ago, and I ended up going down this rabbit hole of all these Marlon Craft videos and songs and
Yeah.
stuff.
Dope.
He's crazy.
Super authentic, and it don't even come off like he's trying to like culturally appropriate or anything like
No,
that.
he
Like,
got
that's
bars.
just- yeah, he's really really good. So I think I want to do a deeper dive into him. But one more thing I wanted to talk about, and because I just read this tweet before I hopped on. Hold on, let me find it. It was about Chris Brown. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the tweet is a picture of basically saying Chris Brown is greater than Michael Jackson. And somebody said Christopher can sing and dance, but what are his creative accomplishments? What's his Beachella, Thriller, Purple Rain, Lemonade, Confessions? What has this young man done besides release a couple of top 10 hits? Essentially, what separates him from a Trey, Derulo, or Omarion? How do you feel about that?
He's better. He's definitely better than Trey Derulo and Omarion.
Yeah, he's better than
But I don't. That's. See, this is going to be an argument that's lost to time because depending on how old you are, it's going to depend on your opinion on this. To me personally,
Mhm.
I don't think Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson.
he's
At
like
what?
If you take into account everything, singing, dancing, cultural moments, impact, then no, Chris
I feel
Brown
like
is
he's
not
a
better than
better
Michael
dancer
Jackson.
than Michael Jackson. I'll give him that. Like, because I feel like he just has more moves. I feel like Chris Brown.
Did
I mean,
Chris Brown do a dance that made everyone be like, oh, like when Michael Jackson did the moonwalk for the first time, people was passing out.
When he did the flip on beat to March Madness, that's what everybody loves that Chris Brown did.
That was dope.
Yeah, like that's what everybody brings up. That was his moonwalk.
He what's the name though? I don't see Chris Brown is more of an urban dancer than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson wasn't like
Yeah, I don't even think they danced like the same.
They don't. Yeah, Michael Jackson had more of a stiff dancing style, but he did cool stuff with his style. He was just a stiff like guy, but he did it was cool.
That's why I think
but Chris Brown more wobbly with his. He got like hat tricks and arm tricks.
Yeah, wobbly.
On the legs.
Listen.
He like wobbly urban.
he's
So-
more like
Wobbly urban.
Yeah.
yo, I'm cracking up. But like Chris Brown, I feel like his talent is more like raw and unfiltered. Like he has more of that type of talent.
For
I think
sure.
I feel like Michael Jackson, like he's an icon, a legend. Like as an artist, like just thinking, not just Thriller and like think all the way back to the 60s, 70s, whenever he came out. Like that entire catalog.
Yeah,
like you
it's
can't
hard
really
to
compete
do
with that.
I'm not saying people can't make this. Now, this is why I said it depends on how old you are if you want to have this talk. Because if you come from our age and back to our parents and grandparents, it's like there's no world I can say that Chris Brown's better than Michael Jackson. But I'm also not mad at someone younger than me disagreeing with me.
I think he's a better dancer. I'll give him that. Like in the dance battle.
I've been looking at Michael Jackson since I was born. Like he's just always.
It's just I would give it to Michael Jackson more towards that person's point that is like he was just like a movement. You know what I mean? Chris Brown is not really a movement. He has like huge moments throughout time. He definitely has like range and he has such a vast amount of hits. Like he's a hit maker. But I think that critique of him could be valid. Because it's like, what is his like? Because I'll say this on record, like Beyonce is the best performer of all time. I will say that with my head held high, like crowd as ever. Like that Beachella performance solidified it for me. It was like, if it wasn't already solidified before, like there's no way you can tell me any different. And I feel like people love to make the comparisons between Mike and Chris, but it's really between Mike and B. Like, because she, like, her cultural impact, I think, has just,
you know what? I'll give you
superseded that.
Beyonce's impact versus Michael Jackson's impact is definitely a better comparison than Chris Brown's impact versus Michael Jackson's impact.
Mike set the foundation. Mike set the foundation. Like, you cannot take that from him. He's the blueprint. But I feel like Beyonce just elevated it. And unfortunately, Michael Jackson had all those traumatic things happen to him and the tabloids and all that type of stuff. So all that type of stuff tainted his legacy. And Beyonce has no tainting, knock on wood, whatsoever. Like, her record is squeaky clean. And I feel like all of that just contributes to the artist. And with Chris Brown, unfortunately, it's the same plight. Like, with the domestic dispute with Rihanna and, like, just his relationship with women, he's just considered an abuser and stuff like that. He's kind of, like, off the wall a little bit. But
no pun intended, off the wall.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm a type of person, like, I can separate the art from the artist. But you can't deny, like, Chris Brown's raw, unfiltered talent. Like,
but then what about people who argued Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson has Scandal and the kids and all that stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't take away from.
No. I'm not saying you should take away from it. I know you mentioned Chris Brown's Scandal. I didn't know if you mentioned Michael Jackson's Scandal.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said they had the same plight.
Oh, okay. My bad. I misheard you. My fault.
No, it's okay. But yeah, that was an interesting point. Like, I just always consider Chris Brown to just be super talented, and somebody was like a jack of all trades, but the master at none. I was like, wow.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, because I feel like he is a master at dance. Yeah, he's a good performer.
Chris Brown, like, just because there was somebody before him who was a master at it, and this is arguing the person who said that, doesn't make him not a master at it. Like Chris Brown, say what you want. Chris Brown is and will go down as a legend.
Yeah, he works very hard.
Brown is super dope. Like,
yeah.
More than dope. I don't want to shortchange him by calling him dope. Like, he's a legend.
Yeah.
These days, I'm choosing the Chris Brown album over, like, any other R&B album. If you ask me who I'm gonna listen to first, if you put Chris Brown in there, I'm picking Chris Brown. Yeah. But what?
Yeah, I think what the person's trying to say is that maybe he can never be on the level of B and Mike, despite, like, how talented he may be, because he doesn't have, it's like that one piece that he's missing. Like, he doesn't have that, I guess, iconic work. And the person was also saying, what is, like, Chris Brown's defining song? I don't think that's really a fair question, because he has so many. Like, it's like, take your pick. Like, right. He has so many that it's a luxury that we can pick which one we want. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was an interesting argument, though. Like, I can understand the validity of it, but I think at the end of the day, I don't necessarily agree. I just think his talent is less structured and it's more just free and unfiltered and raw.
You know what? At this point, though, I don't think that he will have one. There's a lot of artists, I think, that at this point, they're like, oh, well, this artist doesn't, like, what's their blah, blah, blah? What's their super classic go down?
What's their Picasso?
Yeah. And it's like, honestly, a lot of artists, even with, like, some of the greatest ones out, I be feeling like, if they ain't got it right now, then I don't think they're going to have one. It's just, it just is what it is. I just feel like
if I'm a legendary artist and I got classic albums, I wouldn't be mad if I didn't have a defining song. I would almost be like, don't define me by a single song. Define me by my career and my impact.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what I would do if I was an artist, honestly, like, personally, I think every artist probably wants an album that's probably like, or they probably have their own personal favorite, and they probably they probably think that people probably would agree that album is probably their best one, maybe. But I don't know. If I was an artist, I would rather more people have different favorites than everybody be like had that one. Like, no, this is the one that's like the
Yeah,
best one.
because it's like with Dad. It's
Well,
like
I made this. That just shows that I made a discography that can spread different people see me in so many different ways. That just shows that it's like, all right, well, I'm touching everybody. Then. Paul, I mean, that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. It's just like I'm hitting everybody. So it's like I would be cool with that, but it's like a lot of like when you have conversations about like, oh well, who's better. Michael Jackson or Chris Brown. It's kind of like everybody try to do the whole LeBron and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe and Jordan, whoever. It's kind of like, I mean, he doesn't have to have like a similar career like he did. I mean, he's still doing his thing out here.
Right.
And,
but yeah, to your point is like, I think I agree with you. Like, I'd rather have everyone just have their favorite album. And I think that's how Drake is. People like to say that, like, I guess Take Care is his classic album. And it might be because I feel like a lot of people really like that album. But I personally, I feel like people just have their favorite. And I'd rather that because, like, dag, if you feel like I just had that one, it's like, well, were all the other ones I did like a failure? It's kind of like when people say like, oh, your hair looks nice today. And it's like, well, dag, was it trash every other day? Like, I woke up and did it like every day. But no, yeah, that's an interesting perspective.
You know who I think is on the road? If they come back with an album if they come back with an album that had the same impact as the last one, you know who I think's career could potentially be, if they keep it up, on the level of a Chris, Mike, Beyonce?
Wait, don't say it. If their work comes back and they'll be on the level of a Chris and Beyonce, is this like a performer?
Yes.
Gotta be.
Male or female?
Male.
Dang. And they dance?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown and Beyonce?
Wait, don't tell me. Who be dancing? Oh, tell me. Don't tell me.
All right.
What does it begin with?
No, I'm not doing that.
Go ahead.
Bruno Mars.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Speaking
I ain't seen nothing. You good?
Excuse me. Speaking of that. Yes. Thank you for bringing this up. I'll come back to Bruno Mars. I'm not gonna start with him, but The Weeknd was trending for a while over
the him and Usher thing.
Yes. So. Weeknd did an interview where he said, around when Climax came out, Usher's Climax, he heard it and he was like, wow, a Weeknd song. I was flattered. Yo, everybody started grinding The Weeknd up, saying, how dare you compare yourself to the Usher? Like, and
what?
I kind of agreed because I'm like, and then me and my boyfriend were having a debate because like he's more of a Weeknd fan, I guess, or he didn't think that like them comparing The Weeknd to Usher was as preposterous, but it is. It's very preposterous. And then Usher started that Climax challenge, real petty, and he was like doing his falsetto, laying down, killing it. I don't know, like I just feel like. First of all, Usher and Weeknd shouldn't be being compared because I just feel like Usher is just more soulful and he's another one of them icons. And The Weeknd to me, like I wouldn't trust him to perform live for me. Like I don't think that he'll do good every single time. I feel like his music is more like moody and depressing and like I don't know. And then we started talking about Weeknd versus Bruno Mars because that started trending, and I was like,
Bruno Mars was trash the Weeknd.
And I'm picking Bruno Mars, and then like me and my boyfriend were debating again, and he's like, why? And I'm like, Bruno Mars has more hits. He's like super like soulful. Like I'm just gonna pick the soulful artist over like the whatever artist every single time. Because like I guess Weeknd's more of that new R&B alternative. I don't know, but not to trash the Weeknd because I do like his songs, but like nah.
I think for one, Bruno Mars. For one, on the Usher thing, no, because I'm not even. Honestly,
not even entertaining the conversation.
Yeah, the Weeknd is talented. But honestly, I've never been a Weeknd fan, and I probably won't ever be. Like, I'm not into him. Like, as many times as people probably tell me to listen to his album, I won't. And I get bored. I hate when people have him on their songs, like Drake and like Future, because I hate the fact that every Weeknd featured song starts off the same. It got the same type of beat. They always start off with him and not the first. Like, I hate it. I just don't want to listen to nothing with Weeknd on it. But like so I'm choosing Usher. But the other thing with the Weeknd, as far as him and Bruno Mars, first of all, Bruno Mars has music that can literally like bring a whole family together, yo. Like Bruno Mars can fill up a whole dance floor if he wants to. The Weeknd
does not end racism, okay?
Yeah, like yo, Bruno Mars got like I don't care what type of music you into, you will get up for Bruno Mars, yo.
Right.
What was that last album called? 24 Karat
Magic.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yo, if he comes out with another one of those, we have to add Bruno to the conversation at that point.
Yeah.
The impact that his last release had was ridiculous, yo.
Yeah.
Whether you were a fan or not, you couldn't ignore it. That shit was everywhere. Wasn't it the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't like Bruno is nice.
Dog, that
super
between that, dog, 24 Karat Magic, that's what I like. And the joint with Cardi. Yo, all three of them, yo, the finessing, yo, you can't. Yo,
and I got them white songs like Today I Don't Feel Like Doing Anything. Right. And the other one, I know
what you're talking about.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's they be playing them on them like radio shows.
What's the show?
Like,
I would catch a grenade.
That I kept in my head. I'm like bomb. Yeah.
Grenade.
Yeah, like he makes songs like that. Like, come on.
Yo, if he followed this up, because even at the time I thought that like, yo, if he does this again, then they gotta start giving him all his flowers.
Yeah, and he seems to really passionate.
Yo, Bruno doesn't miss
ever. He never misses.
That's why when Cardi dropped the Please Me.
Wait.
You're breaking up.
Oh. Hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
Now when Cardi dropped the what? Go ahead.
Good. All right. When Cardi dropped that Please Me or whatever that song was called, that had Bruno. Yo, if it wasn't for him on that hook, yo, that song would not be like. I feel like that song wouldn't be as it wouldn't sound as full or complete without him on it. And it's like everything was perfect, and it sounded like Bruno should have been on it. That's why when that Cardi song came out, I'm not gonna lie, I liked Cardi before when she dropped the album. But when she dropped that song, I was like, yo, this right here might be one of the biggest. Yo, it was like my favorite. Yo, that was like my favorite Cardi song at the time when that came out. I said, yo, I couldn't turn it off.
That's
I
her work
playing it that whole day. Good.
Good.
You need to keep smashing, yo. Listen, yo. Listen, that song was like perfect to me. And I'm like,
at that time when that came out, I was like, I think if they want, they could make some easy money if they put out like a duo Cardi and Bruno project.
Yo, I want it. I need it.
You know how many million that shit would go diamond. They would make millions off that.
Yeah.
People love Cardi B and Bruno don't miss.
Because them two together haven't missed.
They should name it like Work Husband or Work Wife.
That'd be dope.
Listen, I'm giving y'all ideas. Cardi and Bruno, just run me my money, and you all set.
But Bruno don't miss, and yeah, if he does it again, you gotta put him with the super legends at that point.
Yeah, he's up there. Oh, yeah, great. Well, that was a great convo. We covered a lot of topics.
We did.
I'm all out. I'm fresh out. I got everything off my chest.
Oh, really quick. Do another y'all reaction to the Tory album, because that's the recording we didn't get because it messed up.
Talk to me nicely.
That new, what's it called? New Toronto 3?
Yes, like I'm ready. I'm ready for the summer that's not coming. That made me ready. So we didn't get none of that. We're talking about It Sound Like Me.
No, I ended up having to stop the recording and start it again.
Okay, so yes. I don't know how I don't think I even knew he was coming out with an album, but I listened to it. I love an album that starts off strong. I love Pricey and Spicy. It just sets the tone. It makes me want to listen to the rest of the album. The rest of the album had the same feel. It makes me want to go out and get money, but I can't. I have to stay in and get money and work from home because we're in quarantine. It made me want to get my body right for the summertime, but no, I'm staying here just eating a whole bunch of food because I'm in quarantine. But it puts me in that mindset. Okay, and it sounds like Meek, but not in a bad way, like, oh, he copying, but it just gives me
you that
vibe.
energy.
Yeah, I love that energy. I feel like I always love the instrumentation on Tory's albums, like that piano and the trumpets, and I just love it.
I'll give Tory that. His instrumentation is always done well.
It's great. It's like a production. It's like
it's like big beats. And it's just, oh my God, man. When I heard it, dog, I'm like, yo, I'm loving these. It was another one, y'all loving them beats.
Terrified. I'm terrified.
Yo, that jump, listen, because it was so crazy, and it's like he had so many different type of vibes on there, but it wasn't like Love Me Now, where it was like all that high singing voice the whole time. It was just like this joint has so much on it now. I'm gonna lie. Yeah, I love that album, but at the same time, this one was just so well like balanced. It still had the same type of production that he has on there. Them beats was so hard.
It's like he just gave 0 Fs or 10 Fs.
Yeah, or
10 Fs.
That's one of the songs.
But
it makes it even better. I didn't even know that.
Yo, it's crazy though, because them, like you said, he was sounding like people on there, because on that Dope Boy's Diary joint, he sounded like Lil Baby and Meek, and the two Johns at the end, the Letter to the City 2 and that MSG for God's Children.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you sound like Drake on both of those. Especially
really?
the Letter.
I don't think I listened to the last two, actually. You know who was on there?
Sound like Drake.
Listen, recipes Pop Smoke. He got me liking random artists. Why I like Lil TJ on the song.
The boy that's on there. that is a good song though. I like that joint.
I'm listening to this album tomorrow.
Yes, please do.
You have to, yo.
I'll give it to Tory too.
Wait, which favorite?
Go ahead. Favorite what?
No, I was about to add Jazz. No, what was you about to say? Because I was going to add Jazz with her favorite song. But
Pricey and Spicy. Period.
Oh,
Tory is smart, man. Because he been killing it with the quarantine radio on Instagram Live.
Quarantine.
He been having hundreds of thousands of listeners and then rolled this right out. He's smart.
He said that's how he got his Instagram account back. Because he said he played his new music for the CEO of Instagram. And he said, you know what? I'm going to give you your account back because the music was so fire.
That's crazy. He really, I will say, man, listen, Boozy probably smiling with Tory now, like, all right, they banned me, but you took it over real nice. So let's keep rocking and doing your thing. But yeah, he came back real strong with the quarantine thing. You know, he got like 2 million followers off of that, and then came with this. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be playing this album for a while, yo. I'm gonna be playing this for a while.
Is he Drake and Meek's son?
He might be.
I don't want to disrespect him because he's an artist on his own right.
Maybe in a way, sure, but no, in a way, because Tory, no one was doing that Chicks Tape stuff when he first started it.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't
totally
compare him to
original.
Drake, to be honest, only because they're from the same city. I feel like he's more in the Meek category, but like I feel like his music, like the instruments, like could make his, I guess, songs better than Meek, but not really. I don't know. But I would lean him more towards Meek than Drake.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, him sounding like Drake is kind of halfway expected for me because it's kind of like they're from the same place, so it's like even if he doesn't rap in that like higher pitch like form of rap, like type of rap, if he just raps regular, they're still from the same place. So it's like I kind of expect y'all to have a similar style. So I guess I can't be too surprised. But it's just like
hear the two songs because I don't really hear the Drake. I just hear the Meek.
Listen to Letter to My City too, yo. I'm like, oh man. I was like, yo, I can literally hear Drake's voice rapping everything on that jump. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I still like it.
I just want everybody I love to just collab. You know how they used to do in the 90s? Like they used to have 1,000,001 R&B artists on one song?
Yeah.
You will know that every black male R&B person in that song.
It's crazy they don't do like that no more.
Yeah, now's the perfect time to do it because just like everybody's just dope. Like just come together. But I don't know.
I don't know either.
It would happen.
Well, fully aux cord.
You sounded so sad.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, but we covered it all pretty much. I hope y'all out there, you know, we want to thank y'all to keep bearing with us on these quarantine recordings. So
quarantine.
Yeah, pretty much. Word to Tory. Any kind of audio mishaps you hear, we gotta apologize, but you know, we're working with what we got and we want to make sure we're giving y'all a podcast every week. So whether it's a little late, whether you hear some audio hiccups, you know, bear with us. We still perfecting this way of delivering the show. But thank you for those who are still listening. You better still be listening because the content ain't stopped. So
I have a question before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all put y'all ketchup in the refrigerator or no?
I answered no to your little Instagram poll.
Yes, and you're correct.
I never put my ketchup in the fridge.
Cause I just want to get this off my chest. Cause why would I want to put cold ketchup on my hot food? What?
I agree.
So, Aaron, you didn't answer.
Yes, I did. I put a no.
Oh, okay. Yes. This is why we family. This is why we family, y'all. This is why we family.
I wasn't ready to put my ketchup in the fridge.
Me
neither. There's a difference when you got what's in it. Like I'd rather have like a room temperature condiment on hot. Only thing that's cold, if I gotta put mayonnaise on something, then it's like
that's the only acceptable one. And mustard even. Mustard, if I put mustard on my sandwich, I want cold mustard on my cold sandwich.
Right. But ketchup, nah, you gotta keep that in the cab.
Thank you, and that's why we're family. Love you guys. Yep. Sorry, go ahead, continue saying goodbye, Anthony.
Hey, hit us up. Do you put your ketchup in do you keep it out in the fridge or outside the fridge?
Let us know, please. Especially me.
For all of you who do put it in the fridge, let us know why you're wrong. And we'll let you know. Well, if you're not, we'll let you know you're wrong.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, with that, for the aux cord, I'm Ant.
Room temperature ketchup, Jazzy Miyati.
Also room temperature ketchup, AO.
And you're unplugged like your fridge should be if you have ketchup in there. We will talk to you next time. AuxCordcast on Instagram, AuxCordcast on Twitter, AuxCord on Facebook, AuxCord on all your podcast streaming platforms. Look us up, and YouTube. Look us up on there. And we will see y'all next time. Peace.